So part one of this lesson ended up here at number 6, where we had cleared the fraction in the first equation by multiplying by 3, and we ended up with 5x. I think there's just a spot there. 5x plus 3y, because we're sharing the 3 to the y, equals 7 times 3, or 21. Now we were eliminating the fraction in the second equation by multiplying. There's actually 2 fractions, so we're eliminating by multiplying by 4. So we're going to share that 4 to the x, and we get 4x. Now we're sharing it to the y over 4. That's going to eliminate the denominator and leave us with 1y, or y. And it's also going to eliminate the denominator in the 7/2, but we have 7 times 2 now, and that's going to give us 14. Now we still need to do something else so that we are able to eliminate one of the variables. And it looks like the easiest one to eliminate is going to be the 3y. Or the y, because I have a 3y in the top equation. I'm going to multiply the second equation by -3, just so I have opposite signs and I don't have to worry about subtracting. When I do that, I'm going to rewrite it underneath, and I'm going to get -12x minus 3y equals -42. Then I'm going to take that top equation right here, and I'm just rewriting it just so they're one below the other. 5x plus 3y equals 21. I'll add those together. When I add those together, I have -12x plus 5x equals -7x. And remember, I'm adding all of that together. The -3 plus 3 goes away, and -42 plus 21 gives me a -21. I divide by -7, and x equals 3. I'm going to take that 3, and I think I'll plug it in right here to this. When I do that, I get 4 times 3 plus y equals 14. 12 plus y equals 14. I'm going to subtract 12. And y is going to equal 2. So my solution is x equals 3, y equals 2. And you can always plug those in. I want you to try these two. Number 7, x minus 5y equals 1. And 2x plus 5y equals 17. Your solution should be 6, 1. Remember, you're using elimination. Number 8, 3x over 2 plus y equals 5. Nope, equals 6. And the second equation, x plus y equals 5. This solution is x equals 2 and y equals 3. I would encourage you to stop the video here and just pause it for a few minutes and work on those to make sure you're comfortable with elimination before you move on to the back side of your guided notes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue, and then just when you're ready, start back up. It says solve using 2 equations and 2 variables, either the substitution method or elimination method. Number 1, the sum of 2 numbers is 64. Twice the smaller numbers, 10 less than the larger. Find the numbers. I'm going to let x equal the larger number. I'm going to let y equal the smaller number. The sum of 2 numbers is 64. So let's take the larger plus the smaller and equal it to 64. Twice the smaller is y. Twice means multiplication. Is means equals. 10 less than. The than and the less is going to switch the order. 10 less than the larger. The larger is x, so it's 2y equals x minus 10. There are my 2 equations. I think I'm going to solve this using substitution, but I am not going to divide the second equation by 2 to do it, because I'm going to end up with a fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that first equation and I'm going to solve it in terms of y. To do that, I can subtract x. Feel free to solve it in terms of x and subtract y if you want to. Now I'm going to take y equals 64 minus x, and I'm going to plug that in for y in the second equation. When I do that, I get 2 times the difference. I'm going to do it over here. 2 times 64 minus x equals x minus 10. You're going to distribute. 2 times 100 sorry, 2 times 64 is 128 minus 2x equals x minus 10. First, I'm going to add 2x, but in the same step, I'm also going to add 10, just so we can clear it all at once. 128 plus 10 is 138. Negative 2x plus 2x is eliminated. X plus 3x. X plus 2x is 3x, and negative 10 plus 10 is also 0. I divide 138 by 3. It does go in evenly, and it is 46. How do I get my y value? Well, I take and I just plug that back in here. So I get y equals 64 minus 46, and 64 minus 46 is 18. The larger number is 46. The smaller number is 18. So we used substitution for that one. Let's go to the next one. 3 pizzas and 4 sandwiches cost $34. 3 pizzas and 7 sandwiches cost $41.50. How much does a pizza cost? I'm going to let P equal number of pizzas and S equal number of sandwiches. Three pizzas and 4 sandwiches. 3P plus 4S equals 34. Then we have 3 pizzas and 7 sandwiches. 3P plus 7S is $41.50. We have our 2 equations. Again, I would not try to use substitution to solve this, because if you solve one of these variables, either P or S, by itself, you're going to end up with fractions, and they're just not that fun to work with. So let's use elimination. I notice with my p's, I have the same coefficient, I just don't have opposite signs, and that's okay. I'm going to subtract these. I just have to remember that that subtraction is going to every term. So 3p minus 3p, that's gone. Now I'm doing 4s minus 7s, and 4s minus 7s is negative 3s. Then I'm doing 34 minus $41.50, and that's negative $7.50. I'm going to divide by negative 3. It does go in evenly. 3 goes into 7 1 time, to 15 5 times. So that means that a sandwich is, 3 does not go into 7 1 time. It goes in 2 times with 1 left over, and then into 15 5 times. So a sandwich is going to be $2.50. We can go ahead and plug that into either equation. I'll just put it into this top one. So I get 3p equals 4 times $2.50. Let's start that over. 3p plus 4 times $2.50 equals 34. 3p plus $10, 4 times 250 is 10, equals 34. I'm going to subtract 10. 3p equals 24. Divide by 3. That means a pizza is $8. Okay, so the pizza costs $8. And that's the only thing it's asking for, is the price of the pizza. So we're done. Now we have pens and notebooks. 3 pens and 2 notebooks cost $8.25. 2 pens and 3 notebooks cost $8. How much would 2 pens and 2 notebooks cost? Okay, so P equals the number of pens, and N equals the number of notebooks. And we'll start off with 3p plus 2n equals 825. The second equation will be 2p plus 3n equals $8. So for this one, again, I wouldn't use substitution. I would use elimination, and really it's not going to matter. It's equally easy to eliminate P or N, but I think I'll just eliminate N first. But I do want to get opposite signs, just so I don't have to worry about that subtraction sign. So I'm going to multiply the top one by negative 3. and the bottom one by 2. When I do that, my first equation, I'm going to write it down here, becomes negative 3 times 3 is negative 9p. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6n, and negative 3 times 825, that would be negative 24, and 3 times 25 is 75, so negative $24.50. Now I'm going to do multiply the second one by 2, and I'm going to get 2 times 2p is 4p, 2 times 3n is 6n, and 2 times 8 is 16. Remember, I'm adding these. A negative 9 plus 4p is negative 5p. I eliminated the n's. And negative $24.75 minus 16, or plus 16 would be subtracting, and that would give us $8.75. And that's a negative $8.75. We're going to divide by a negative 5, and I'm going to come up here. P is going to go in evenly to $1.75. So a pen costs $1.75. Okay, so let's go on and substitute it in. I'm just going to substitute it back into the first one. You can choose whatever one you want. So I get 3 times 175 plus 2n equals 825. And 3 times $1.75 is $5.25. Plus 2n equals 825. I'm going to get n by itself by subtracting 525. And then I'm going to have 2n equals 3. Divide by 2. N equals, well, 2 doesn't go into 3 evenly, but it is 1.5 or $1.50. The question, though, says how much do 2 pens and 2 notebooks cost? So a pen is $1.75. So I have 2 of those, plus a notebook's $1.50, and I have 2 of those. 2 times $1.75 is $3.50, plus $3 equals $6.50. So it would cost $6.50 for 2 pens and 2 notebooks. Okay. Let's go to the last one. Marcia has $84, less than 3 times as much as Sue. Together they have $132. All right, so let's do M for Marcia's money. And we'll do S for Sue's money. Together they have $132. Marcia plus Sue equals 132. Marcia has, so Marcia, that's M, Marcia has equals $84 less than Sue. So it will be 3 times as much as Sue. So this is going to be Marcia equals 3S minus 84. This is a great one to use substitution. So wherever there's an M in the first equation, I'm going to put 3S minus 84 plus S equals 132. Combine my like terms, I get 4S minus 84 equals 132. I'm going to add 84. 4S equals 216. I'm going to divide by 4. It does go in evenly, and that's going to give me $54. So Sue has $54. I'm going to go ahead, and I might as well put it back into here. When I do, I get Marcia equals 3 times 54 minus 84. It's a bad 8. I'm about to run out of time. Marcia is 162 minus 84, or Marcia has $78. So let's see. Sue has $54 and Marcia has $78. But the question only asked how much does Marcia have, so that's your answer. Okay, so this is the end of our unit for solving systems of equations. You've learned 3 different methods. Next time you'll be reviewing, and then you will test the following class after that. As always, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have.